Do you love science? The only acceptable answer here is yes. I'm going to take you through a little journey in my head, okay? And because I've been playing with the piping resin, I'm getting all this cupcake stuff. I see a video where somebody's making a cupcake that looks like a mushroom, and suddenly I'm like, mushroom octopus, mushroom octopus. And I get to talking to the dude, and he is insisting that it needs to look like a mushroom. And I'm thinking, no, it's not a hybrid between a mushroom and an octopus. It's more like the octopus mimicking its surroundings like they do. Of course, mushrooms and octopuses don't share the same habitat. Science. But if it were the case where the octopus were near the mushroom, it would camouflage itself to look like the mushroom. And of course, this circles me back to like beetle daisies. Have you seen them? They mimic the insects that would pollinate them. They're tricksters, tricking them to thinking they're going to get some. So suddenly I have this idea of the octopus being in love with the mushroom. And wasn't that cute? That was cute, right? Okay. And I really want to go on that idea. Now, I guess the biggest problem I have with it is that in that little illustration there, it shows his tentacles having the little white spots at the bottom, but the perspective of this mold doesn't, it has his tentacles on the bottom. So I'm thinking what I need to do is just do the top of his head with the red spots, and then his bottom could be like the mushroom body. Make it like white or something. I don't know why I did this one so brown, but I know the octopus isn't going to be out in the forest, and the mushroom's not going to be in the ocean, but some imaginary universe they might find themselves cohabitating. So that's it. That's the journey we're taking. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to use an old paintbrush to put this on with, because I ain't even trying to pipe it into that little head. It's also important to note that, you know, the red mushroom that we're all familiar with in pop culture doesn't actually have, like, white spots. It has little white specks, and they're not perfectly symmetrical. They're not perfectly round. They're not evenly spaced. They're really random, so on that note, I don't need to come in here and put a bunch of dots. I need to come in here and put a bunch of specks. So that's what we're doing. All right. I'm probably just going to go into time lapse for this. You know, it's just, that's it. If there's anything, I'll stop. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll let that cure. I've tried it out a little bit where you don't let it cure and just put regular resin on top, and I haven't had a problem with it. That's not to say you won't have a problem with it, but it's worth noting. So I got a little cup of resin here. There's so many bubbles. I got one of those like little pump dispensers for my resin, so I don't have to lift these heavy bottles. And it's like, it drips, and it's super hard to push down. I feel like I'm missing something there. And I'm just using acrylic ink here. You can find it at most of the online retailers that sell art supplies. Or you could just mess around. Find some stuff that's red and put it in. Just be careful about putting water into it. Believe it or not, some resin can actually handle water-based additives. You just have to be careful. And I'm pretty sure that's just dependent on whether or not the resin itself is water-based. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. At some point, we'll probably have to revisit this and try to create my husband's vision of the hybrid octopus. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So I've got him propped up here because I'm just gonna need to fill his head up. So we'll do that, and then we'll see where we're at. First things first, I saw that drip splatter. Let's get that off there. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That'll work. That should be perfect, actually. I could probably take a little bit more. Still wanted to. And now I'm gonna have all this leftover resin. I was trying to figure out how much the head of the octopus weighed, but I figure it was about half the volume or maybe a little more, but yeah, I don't think so. If you're wondering, I had 3 ounces in the cup. It looks like it took 2. So, looks like his head and his body are about dead even, because I think he's 4 ounces. I believe he is. Okay. That's it. That's where we're going to stop. Wooden splatter did we? Oh, we did. See, I can't see it because it's over there. You can't see it either. Sorry. One of these days. I'll just set him aside. I need to come and give him a little bubble burst. Let's give him some alcohol. There we go. Hopefully, I can't sit here and tap it because we don't want to like loosen any of the little spots. So I'm gonna have to just leave it. I'm just gonna have to leave it, and we'll come back. All right, we're back. So I was on camera. I went and found some beads. They already have the little stripes in the middle, kind of like an octopus's eyes are, so work smarter, not harder, right? One thing I want to do is I want to take an acrylic ink marker and come in here and just add a little bit of striping. Normally, this isn't ideal. You'll get a lot of separation from the inks, all that, but I actually wanted to. Excuse the noise. Neighbors, trees, you know. Anyway, I just want to have those like striations that the like the mushroom base would have, I guess. So it's gonna pull up and be real weird, but I think it'll actually be perfect. It's exactly what we need. Trust me, it's meant to be this way. I think I might add a teeny tiny bit of color into the white to give it just a slightly more creamy looking color. Okay, get this one. This is chocolate. And put a little chocolate in there. Just a bit. Of course, that looks more bronze to me, but okay, yeah. I don't even know if that's going to do anything. I don't think that did squadouche. I don't want to make it brown, but I just don't want it to be like ghost white, you know. This mold, I've made this little octopus so many times. Let's see if I can pull some of the pictures up. People just love them so much. And you can do so much with them. Julie, she recently did one where she put like a little brain in its head. So cute. And my friend Jen recently did one where she made it like steampunk. She lit it up. She recently launched her channel. I'm going to link it down below. You should go over and give her a visit because she's a super supportive person in the community and she's a wonderful artist. And I'm glad she decided to join us. That should do it. We'll let it sit. We'll come back. The shit's not level. Is it ever? Is it ever? No. We're back. I went ahead and took him out. As you know, we're not doing that. Are you ready? I don't know what I was thinking with the blue eyes. He looks kind of derpy. I could probably come in with a paint pen and fix that a little bit. What do you think? Does it look like a mushroom? Does it look like a mushroom? The spots got a little splotchy, but I mean, that's how they are on the muscaria mushroom, so I meant it to be that way. It didn't quite turn out like I liked. Let me show you one second. This was my first attempt, and quite honestly, he probably came out cuter, but he doesn't look like a mushroom. He's got the essence of a mushroom. He looks a little bit like the demo picture that we had the AI create, but I don't hate him. I don't hate either one of them. They're both cute. They're both cute. They're both probably going to live together. So, there you go. That's it. Anyway, if you got this far into the video, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and send a special thanks to those of you who religiously drop comments, hit the like button, all that good stuff. I really appreciate the support. On that note, just want to remind you, don't be afraid to try something. You have a vision, make it happen. All right, folks. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.